The city lights always felt like a distant promise from my living room window, a warmth that never quite reached the quiet solitude of my house. Especially at night. Nights like tonight, when I was completely alone, were the ones that made the silence feel heavy, almost like a presence in the room. I was settled on the couch, the flickering glow of the TV, a poor substitute for company, when it happened. The doorbell, it cut through the manufactured drama on the screen, sharp and unwelcome. My heart did that familiar little jump it always does when I'm alone. Who would be ringing my doorbell this late? I don't get visitors. Not without a call first. Every instinct screamed caution. My first move was to grab the remote and mute the TV, plunging the room into near silence, broken only by the hum of the refrigerator. I crept from the living room into the hallway, my bare feet silent against the cool hardwood floor. My hand hovered over the porch light switch. Don't turn it on, I thought. Don't let them know you're here. Don't let them know you're watching. It was a rule I'd made for myself a long time ago. My eye pressed against the cold metal of the peephole. The world outside was distorted, a fishbowl of darkness. The street lamp cast long, skeletal shadows, but my porch was a pool of black, and in that black, something was moving. It was small, a silhouette, a black blob, against the slightly less black night, maybe 3 or 4 feet tall. It wasn't just standing there. It was dancing, a slow, bizarre, rhythmic motion. It dipped on low to the ground, and then gracefully, almost fluidly, oscillated what looked like arms outward and upward, like a bird testing its wings in slow motion. A graceful, silent, and utterly terrifying ballet on my doorstep. The shape was opaque, a void in the darkness. I couldn't make out a face, or clothes, or any human feature. It was just this thing, performing for an audience of one, through a tiny glass lens. The strangeness of it was chilling. The fluid, almost beautiful movements were so at odds with the primal fear crawling up my spine. My breath hitched to my throat. I couldn't process what I was seeing. It was too much. The sheer wrongness of it all was overwhelming. I ripped my eye away from the peephole, stumbling back a step. My back hit the wall, and I squeezed my eyes shut, trying to erase the image. What was that? My mind raced through rational explanations. A kid in a weird costume. A prank. But the movements, they weren't playful. They were deliberate, hypnotic, unearthly. After a few seconds that felt like an eternity, a sliver of courage, or maybe just morbid curiosity, returned. I had to know if it was still there. I took a deep, shaky breath and forced myself to look again. I pressed my eye back to the peephole. Nothing. The porch was empty. The silent, dancing shadow was gone. There was no sound of footsteps running away, no car door slamming shut. Just the same oppressive quiet as before. It had vanished as mysteriously as it had appeared. I stayed frozen there for what felt like hours, staring at the empty porch through that tiny lens. I never opened the door. To this day, the memory is burned into my mind. The dark, dancing figure. The silent performance. I have no explanation. No idea what rang my doorbell that night. And sometimes, when I'm alone in the quiet, I can still see it in the back of my mind, dipping and swaying in the darkness. And I get the unnerving feeling that, whatever it was, it knows I was watching.